All right, let's go to the callers. Let's go to Mike in Westchester. Mike, you can't get off the Perry train, huh?
Actually, you know who I think can beat Obama in 2012 is Ron Paul. There's already been some Robinson polls that show that he's beat him 51-49.
But, Mike, now come on. You think when Ron Paul says things, and I know he's a purist and well-meaning with them, et cetera, the only reason he's in the Congress, he comes from a district, is one of those safe districts, that he can say this stuff. The stuff that he proposes and says often is just going to be way out of bounds to anybody in the middle or independents.
Well, I think
in fact, even conservatives, many conservatives like me, I don't support his foreign policy. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think what's ridiculous is spending trillions of dollars in foreign wars, and not to mention that that are undeclared and are unconstitutional.
Okay,
I mean,
would you say that we have to stop at all cost Iran from getting a nuclear weapon? Because Ron Paul would not.
I agree with him because we fought way bigger enemies than Iran through diplomacy in the past, and it worked. Why are we so afraid of open dialogue?
Mike, because they've told you, Ahmadinejad and the others believe religiously, they've told you that they're going to exterminate Israel. They've told you they're going to get it, and that's what they're going to do with it.
And not that I agree with, obviously nobody agrees with any form of extermination, but one, I've heard that a lot of those things were misquotes, and I've heard, from what I've seen, Israel's been on the attack. There's news reports going around Israel that they were the ones who caused the explosion in Iran's military base over the weekend. So what if they did, Mike? Do you know what the consequence would be if Iran would launch a nuclear weapon? Israel certainly would retaliate unbelievably. The other nations there, God knows the things that would spin, and the world's oil supply is there. That the nuclear research in Iran is for nuclear weapons.
Of course it is, Mike. They have declared it.
For weapons.
They have declared that, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thanks very much. Look, if you go down this Ron Paul sort of thing, can you imagine? Iran has to be stopped from any president, and this is a strong area. Mitt Romney, pretty strong. Newt Gingrich. I even condone what Gingrich said, that covert action, he'd kill some of the scientists. If I had to do that, that's what I'm looking at doing. Iran cannot get a nuclear weapon. Iran will use that. They will launch it, I'm convinced. And if they did, the world changes at that moment. The world as we know it will not be the world. The consequences of that act would be unprecedented, what would happen. So no serious person is going to say, well, we're just going to protect our borders and that's it. What about oil? What about the fallout from this? What about what all those other nations would do that have antagonism toward each other? Now, Ron Paul has done good work, very good work, when it comes to the economy and getting at the Fed. I salute him for that. But the rest of this stuff is just crazed. And his supporters booing people constantly at these events. I witnessed it in Iowa, shouting them down. They're ridiculous.